Good afternoon. This is Dan Allen with Dealer Lead Driver, and I'm with Brian Hart, the sales guy of Dealer Lead Driver. He loves to talk about websites, so I have him on the call today. And real quick as we get started, just want to make sure that everyone can hear and see the screen okay. So on the very bottom of this page that you're viewing the webinar on, you should see a place for questions. Now, if you want to go ahead and type in that question box that yes, I can hear you, or no, I can't. Hopefully you can see my screen. If you cannot see the screen, but you can hear me, go ahead and type in that as well. Just want to make sure that you can hear me okay, that we're loud enough, and that you can see the screen okay. So go ahead and type in the questions. Go ahead and type in, yes, I can hear you, yes, I can see you. You should be seeing our dealerleaddriver.com website right now. Let me know if you can. Just go ahead and type in the question. Yes, I can hear you okay, Dan. Sound good on this Friday afternoon. Hopefully your week is going well. Dan, thank you for replying to me. Sounds good. Get a few more people. Sounds good. Thank you. I can see okay. That sounds good. Okay, great. Well, it is 3:05, and usually we don't start till 3:07. But as we get started this afternoon, want to touch basically on who we are and what we do. My name is again Dan Allen of Dealer Lead Driver, and Brian Hart is with me as well. Go ahead and say hey, Brian.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us here today.
So we come up with new and innovative ways to drive more leads. And so what we're going to show today is our 25 minutes of show and tell. We are unveiling one of our newest website platforms. Hasn't even been released yet. No one's on this platform yet. We just built it. We just came up with the idea, and now we want to show you guys. So anytime during this broadcast, if you want to chat us a question, we'd love to answer it. Thank you, Wayne. Wayne says I can hear you. If you're going to have any questions about what we're showing you or what we're talking about, go ahead and ask us a question. We'll be glad to get to those throughout the broadcast. So again, if anything you see today, you want to give us contact with us or talk about building a website for you, dealerleaddriver.com, you can log on there, you can call. That number comes right to me and Brian. We'll talk to you about your website and all your website needs. We are a small company, Brian, are we not?
We are.
One of the benefits of being a smaller company that builds websites is that we have a great team here at Dealer Lead Driver, always coming up with new and innovative ways. So we're not this huge company that has one template that we just crank out for thousands and thousands of dealers and you basically get what everybody else gets. We come up with new ways and new technologies every day and implement those into our website. So one of the things that I'm going to show you is this is one of our new demo sites. This is for a Ford dealership. And one of the things that I talk to people all about, Brian, is content is king.
Absolutely.
Content on your website is king. And what is one of the things, Brian, that happens when you first buy a website from a provider?
You have to build your own landing pages, and that's something that we differ from compared to a lot of other website providers out there. Is when you purchase our website, it comes 100% jam-packed with all of the content pages that you'll need to show different things like the discounts that are available, different programs that are running, or other just unique ways like some of our gamification pages that we don't really see on other dealerships' websites often or realistically even at all. So just unique items that we have in our website that provide resources to your customers as well as generating leads for the dealership.
Absolutely. So like I can imagine being a dealership and you're extremely busy trying to close out the end of the month strong, and you go to a new website provider, one of the big companies that I will rename nameless at this point, but you buy a website and you get this shell basically.
Yep.
You get a shell, and then how long does it take dealers to have to sit there and put content in for search and content for conversions? It takes you forever. And if you want more content, they charge you for every page, every graphic they put in.
Yeah, in a lot of cases, you have to hire another agency, another content developing company to build these landing pages into your website. So you're basically doubling down on your cost.
Absolutely.
Why not get a website that comes with all the features, comes with all the content, and do it in one swing at one price? It's financially more appealing, and it's better for your dealership and your customers.
Yeah, so we're going to show you exactly what our website will come standard with. And when I say come standard with, what I mean is you pay the one price for the website and you get all of this content. So as you can see, we have our navigation here, we have our new vehicles, and on our new vehicles, we have things like our military discount pages, cash for your car, student discounts, extended warranty, value trade, payment calculator. Those are all currently pages that come standard with our current platform. So if you're a Dealer Lead Driver customer, these are pages you currently get. And what we've done on the new platform is added these content pages in. So for example, you're going to have 2016 is upon us, so these would be 2016 Escapes, but you're going to have these featured vehicle pages on the different models. And these are going to have pages built into the site, ready to go, that are going to create that sense of value and also that SEO content.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things you see here as we scroll down, you see a number of different call to actions. Value your trade, get pre-approved. These are what we like to call, we do this with all of our landing pages, our digital marketing strategies. We call them our next logical step. So the person's coming in and looking at this specific vehicle here, doing their research, and it's nice that they're doing this research inside of your website instead of having to go elsewhere. But we have our next logical step. So we're getting people over to those conversion opportunities on the website. Value your trade, get pre-approved. Those are some of the highest converting forms we have on the website. So getting people over to those opportunities is really a key subtle strategy.
Because you don't want them going to like an Edmunds.com to read more about the website. You want that content on your website. We don't want them to ever have to leave the website for more content. So imagine you buy a website from Dealer Lead Driver and you start off day one with this kind of content and these kind of conversion tools built into your website from day one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So some other research under the research tab is you're going to see another page for F-150, integrating video, but again, putting the information to help with the content, help with the value, and basically trying to figure out what are their hot buttons. Are they trying to look how much they can bring the trade-in for? Do they need to get pre-approved? What are the jumping off points? Once they click these buttons, the website will then know what are the next steps they need to be taken and help them achieve that goal.
And here at Dealer Lead Driver, we do a ton of testing on all of the content pages and really everything within the website, heat mapping, eye tracking, A/B testing, all of that information. So the placement on the call to actions, the actual call to actions, all of these are tested and proven to be working very, very well and converting at a high rate. I think this page as well as the Escape page, we're converting. One was about 6.5 and one was about 7.5% roughly for those two landing pages, which as many of you know, is quite a bit higher than the average conversion rate for a standard website.
Absolutely, because think about it, on most content pages, it tells me about the vehicle, and then there's nothing else there's no next step.
Yep.
I read the page and I have to basically go back to the home page and then choose the next course of action. Brian, you remember those choose your own adventure books from back in the day? I can't remember what kind of books they were, like the Hardy Boys or something like that.
The Hardy Boys were great ones back in the day.
So basically choose your own adventure. You kind of pick the step you want to go to, and depending on what you choose, it brings you to that next page. And that's basically what we've built here with these content pages, getting them around the website.
Next one we have here is a comparison page. And if you notice right there in the actual link over to the page there, it says hidden. So that's a specific strategy. Normally this page would not be able to be seen when you're going through the website like this. We don't want to send traffic for people looking at our Ford vehicles to a page where there's advertisements for Chevy. However, we want to be able to target Chevy intenders, people looking online using Bing, Google, Yahoo, Facebook, any of these resources out there. They're looking at the Chevy Silverado. This is our conquesting capability to pull them over to the website with a strong digital marketing campaign as well, and then showing them on this landing page why the F-150 is a better selection or a better option for them for the same needs they're looking for in a vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Right, absolutely. I mean, that's a page that I feel like if I had, you give them the information, and then you have the buttons with the next logical steps.
Yeah.
So we're forcing them to make a decision, forcing them to move around the website. Absolutely. Also CPO pages. So, certified pages, those come standard with our sites to help you get the content, to help explain what is a certified vehicle. Some people think that it's just common knowledge, and never assume that it's common knowledge. Always have the content that they could be looking for. And this page converts very well, gives them the information about the certified vehicles, and then obviously gives them the chance multiple times to look at the inventory we have.
Exactly. I mean, most people don't, outside of our industry, most people have no idea what CPO means. It's a foreign language. There's a lot of misconceptions about the automotive industry. That's one of them.
Right.
I mean, most customers still think a dealer makes about $6,000-7,000 on the purchase of a vehicle as well. So,
right, absolutely.
Providing our website as a resource, as an educational source as well, so they don't have to go elsewhere. And when that decision time comes, they're going to do it with the one they've been given all this information from.
Absolutely. Also, pages that you don't normally see. So, if you're in Canada, one of the options of the pages we have is, just move to Canada, helping you fast track. So different programs that have been set up, making sure we have pages for those come standard. Normally, to put these custom pages and buttons and forms on your site, you have to pay someone an hourly rate to
a substantial amount of money too to be able to build a landing page. It takes time.
And any internet managers who are on the call today who actually had to spend time building pages, the pain that can be trying to get things to format correctly and look high end. So
yeah, so we'll take a look at our inventory pages here. This is where a lot of the traffic funnels into, and where a lot of our opportunities come from as far as the conversions. So we'll come in, we'll take a look at our F-150 inventory here. And as you can see, within the example of this site, these guys got a very robust inventory for their F-150s. We got a little pop-up that occurred here. We'll talk about this one when we get into the back end. That's probably the most innovative and unique tool that we have on the website. And no, it's not just a standard pop-up. There's some very nice technology behind that tool there. But as we're looking at our search result page here, I mean, we've got dynamic web panels, which is what we call them. So again, we're just looking at our F-150 inventory. It's going to pull in information about that, the F-150 model. We've got our filters right here, and filters for really anything that a person can be classifying a vehicle by. Drivetrain, payment, and price. Those are some key ones right there. But there's people out there that only will purchase a blue vehicle. So we're giving them the ability to search for that blue vehicle. Mm-hmm. And they have the ability to do that right at the top of the landing page. They don't have to scroll down to the bottom using one of those vertical filters, mm-hmm. Which doesn't show everything right when you get to the site. So just making things easy with kind of a subtle strategy there.
Right.
As we come down, just looking at this top example here, this is a vehicle that we've created a special for. So it's discounted. So you can see it's presenting that right there on the image for a special of $39.91. We're calculating monthly payments. This can all be customized here as well to have for some of our dealerships if they want to do weekly or bi-weekly or monthly payments. You have the ability to do custom payments as well. So inputting your own monthly rates, your APR, your down payments as well. So you can actually calculate a monthly payment that people are actually taking advantage of. It's so often you see it'll be like a $30,000 car, and you come in and you see it's $1,000 a month for that vehicle. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's not how it's going to be priced out. So we want to make those items accurate when people are navigating on the site.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We've got a compare function. So let's just say we're looking at our F-150 inventory.
I love this tool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, again, something you have to go off the website typically to be able to see.
Right.
It gives you the ability to compare 3 different vehicles at a time. If it's 3 different trim levels of the F-150 versus the 250 or one of the Super Duties, going to give you a lot of insight to compare different features and attributes on those vehicles.
Right, because so many times too, when I want to look at 2 different options, I had to go from one page to the next and back to the other page.
Exactly.
So this tool was put in, actually, this option we put in was actually given to us by consumers who said they would want this feature. We built it. So you have the different ones you compare, you hit the compare tool, and then it shows you side by side those 2 vehicles up to 3 vehicles, all the different comparisons. And then again, like always with our websites, what is the next logical steps? All right, I'll take it. Which one do you want? Or do we need to start back a little bit and figure out your payment, figure out what you can afford, or are we needing to value your trade? So giving you the options, the next logical steps, all of that features built into DLD.
Then you see over on the right-hand side, we have our different call to actions, getting people to navigate to either more information about the vehicle, getting finance, getting our e-price. You see one of those items down there at the bottom. That's a relatively new call to action for us. And basically what we're doing is kind of just thinking about the psychology of the consumer. They're more than likely have a need in order to get that F-150. But that need might not require an investment of $40,000 to get this vehicle. So perhaps they can take a look at the certified pre-owned inventory or just the used vehicles of the F-150s as well. And we've got that shortcut and that call to action right there under give us a call in order to get them to take a look at the CPO F-150s that the dealer has available.
Right, absolutely.
So just more options and more items to look at. You see that all the time with major e-commerce company like an Amazon or an eBay. I was looking at headphones last night, and it would show, hey, these headphones are $99, but if you want to buy them or starting at $59 for used. I mean, that's a very common practice in e-commerce. So we're kind of bringing those advancements to the automotive websites.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
we'll click in and take a look at one of our vehicle detail pages here. Right when we get to the screen, you notice one of the there's a pop-up there on the bottom left of the vehicle image there, live broadcast. So we have different live video broadcast features within the website, like a Periscope or a FaceTime, some new social media tools that are starting to be used, and people are taking advantage of them. I mean, convenience is a huge commodity today. So oftentimes we don't have enough time to come into the dealership, do a test drive, do a walk around, crunch numbers and all that, but you just want to see the vehicle. This is a way of doing that without actually having to physically show up at the dealership.
Absolutely. I think being able to give them the option of how I want to communicate with the dealership. Back in the day, the only way to see the vehicle, to get more information, was to come in on the lot. And now people want to communicate differently. They want to communicate digitally. So we want all the possible options available to them.
Over on the right-hand side, you see a number of different strategies. You see abundance, the abundance theory right there. So there's 220 F-150s to choose from. So just showing them what the great selection that this dealership has. Or, for example, they've only got 5 of these left. That's scarcity. So we're going to say, hey, only 5 left to choose from. Act now, act fast. So just creating a little bit of urgency behind their decision-making process to get them to convert, to get them to call the dealership. And another strategy along those lines is 8 other people viewed this vehicle in the past hour. So again, kind of, there's a little bit of supply and demand in there. It's just, hey, this might not be here much longer. Take advantage of it now.
Absolutely.
We got my old face right in there. Get Brian's best e-price.
You're looking good, Brian.
A very, very high converting call to action, which people are just trying to inquire if they can get a better price. Because I mean, that's realistically, that's how the customers are trained to think that there's a better price out there. So,
and I feel a lot of times the dealers don't like that whole philosophy of get the best e-price. But think about it. If those conversations can happen online before they get to the dealership, I rather have that conversation ahead of time than have a conversation when they see the vehicle and have to talk about, is this my best price? What can you do better? Have that conversation start online and get them further down the funnel.
Exactly.
Very cool.
You see the pricing structure there. You see the fuel efficiency. And again, the certified pre-owned inventory. Just seeing the number of options for people to progress throughout the website.
Right.
I mean, as you scroll down, we got our vehicle information, nothing earth-shattering here, but just providing all the information about a vehicle that the customer could inquire into. As you just saw, as we scrolled down, the call to action box drops down. So it's a nice little, how do you want to describe that in the,
it just
the
keeps,
design phase?
it just keeps you, front of mind, knowing that like at any time I can make a conversion and to make my next logical step. So
another exciting feature we have right here, excuse me, is a full rating and review system built right within the platform. So again, I think we've said it maybe 5-6 times now on the call. We want to keep people inside of your website. We don't want them going to third-party websites. Again, won't name any names like any review sites out there that basically just put their logo on the header of your website. You click on that, you go to their website to read the reviews, and they've got all of your competitors just listed right there.
Right.
So again, keep them inside of the website. They can do reviews about the dealership, about a specific vehicle, or about a specific person at the dealership as well.
Correct.
Most often people are taking advantage of the reviews on the products.
Right. Absolutely.
All right, we're going to jump into the back end. We're going to keep this short and sweet for everyone today. So just focusing on some of the high points on the website, some of the convenient factors that we have in the back end. So again, if any of our internet managers, anyone who handles pricing and inventory on the website, this is great information for you guys right here. So we've got a pricing tool. This allows you to create different rules in the back end to adjust pricing on vehicles. So we've got a few concepts already loaded into here. So just walk through them. 2015 inventory, we're going to have to start reducing that a bit as our 2016s are on the lot or are continuously rolling onto the lot over the next few months. So we're going to reduce our 2015 inventory. So as you can see, if you can follow through the rule, we're going to decrease the web price by 10% when it is a new vehicle. It has been in inventory for greater than 60 days and it is a 2015. So all those vehicles will automatically be discounted 10%. So oftentimes the manager, the internet manager, whoever's doing these items at the dealership has to do this each individual vehicle.
Oh, can you imagine?
There's not enough time in the day to do that, especially if you're a large store with a robust inventory.
Right.
The example the other day, the actual inventory we've got loaded in here, they had a number of 2014 still left in inventory.
Sure.
And I'm sure they're eager to get those off the lot. So we simply created a rule to discount our 2014s. Along the same lines here, we have the payment tool. We mentioned this when we were looking at the monthly prices of the vehicles on the SRPs and VDPs. But you can put in custom APRs, custom loan terms, monthly or bi-weekly, however you want to do that as well. Down payment, so it'll calculate an actual accurate monthly rate, not the example I used before where it shows it's $1,000 monthly rate when realistically we know you could get that at a third of the price. And you can even match those specific conditions based on vehicle criteria. So we have this on all new vehicles right now, but as you can see, number of different items you can choose from. So you can get very, very granular and specific with this, or you can leave it very broad.
Right.
All right, and the last one we've got here is our smart client functionality. Dan, you want to run through the capabilities for this?
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one.
No, absolutely. So smart client. So I'm trying to think about if I was a dealership and time is precious and I have to figure out how the website is performing, how our traffic is, and make critical decisions on the fly, I need something better than just Google Analytics.
Absolutely.
I mean,
you need
more because Google Analytics, you know, for years it seemed that like everyone is just succumb to the will of Google, and whatever Google says, I go with. But there's so much more that we need to be looking at. So we have created our own portal in the website called Smart Client. So if you're a dealer driver client coming on, you get this portal for free, Brian?
Yeah, that's right, Dan.
People think that we're going to charge them for this portal. It actually comes with our new website platform. So looking at someone's analytics, we can see year over year how the website is performing and how the gains have been made. We've got things quickly that you want to know right away: total visits, unique visitors, new visitors, bounce rate, total conversions, conversion rate, average time on site, and then average pages viewed. So some very quick overall things to know. And as you go down the page, you find more and more of these items you want to know about.
So a lot more. So I mean, even just looking at where your traffic comes from, we've got things like your SEO keywords that people are searching to get to your website, top landing pages people are looking at, top vehicles people are looking at, new and used. So you can get both viewpoints on that.
And everything is functioned right into the Smart Client. So this information would take you a long time to gather. If you had to go from different sources and compare, now it's all compiled into this one very easily viewed site.
Exactly. And just for time's sake today, we won't jump into the other 2 pages, but we do have a trend report. So seeing the lengthy progression, seeing how your visits are increasing month over month over month. And when you're working with Dealer Lead Driver, that's a continuous trend to see your analytics improve, your visitors improve. But much more important than that, seeing your conversions improved.
Right.
This dealership right here, not giving away secrets about them, but when they switched over to the Dealer Lead Driver platform, first month they increased leads 138% and increased sales 32%.
That's right. And if you want the case study, please be sure to email me or Brian, Brian@dealerleaddriver.com or Dan@dealerleaddriver.com. We can send you that case study today.
Oh, we got kicked out here, Dan.
Oh, going back in the Smart Client.
Yep.
There we go.
The last thing I wanted to point out here down at the bottom, one of the very interesting things to see, or I just skip over, top exit pages. So you're able to see where people are abandoning the website. I mean, one of the biggest concepts to think about when we're looking at all of these metrics and statistics here is, now what? I mean, these numbers really don't mean much unless you're doing something to improve them. So taking this information and creating a strategy or a solution to improve the things where you see as, we don't want to say inefficient, but opportunity for growth. So again, we are conversion experts. That's the thing that separates us from a lot of other companies. They might be able to build nice looking websites, shiny toys and whatnot, but do they know about conversions, or are they just not pigeonholing, but are they just web designers who are not studying the art of conversions and things along those lines? We have all of those people working together on a cohesive team to build the best looking product. But again, more importantly than that, to build a product that's going to return you a very favorable investment.
Sure. And think about it, like not everyone has a marketing agency. So with this information, you can put marketing strategies in place that people pay agencies to do for them. So if you're a smaller dealership, you can have Smart Client and see the page people are exiting from and make marketing decisions on how to improve those.
Exactly.
So this is really, top-notch stuff that we built in right to the website. All right. So heading back to our Dealer Lead Driver website, a couple other things that we want to show you today. Obviously, talked about our pages, but I also want to show our Dealer Arcade. So when it comes to time on site, we have developed this Dealer Arcade. So you can have the Dealer Arcade enabled, and every month you can have strategies coming to these pages from to play games and actually win service offers. So this is meant to give you that boost where they come to your website, they play a game. This is a Cupid game. You can see I can click here, shoot. He shoots, these coupons are scrolling, and he wins. Now, as we get them to the site playing these games, you'll notice that on the side, we have ads. And these ads are meant to capture their attention and move them around the site. So if they go to the trucks in the row, we have Facebook ads or we have display ads pushing them to come win service prizes. As they're on the site playing these games, these are games that are not just framed in. We built these games, and I still can't hit it.
Yeah, you didn't even hit one there.
Man, I put my information in for more tries, and once I win the game, I then now have a service coupon that I'm going to come and redeem at a dealership that I saved off an oil change. Because let's face it, not everyone's in the market for a new vehicle every year. So what we get them to do is come to the website for service, and as they play these games, it increases time on site and gives us a chance to market them and see some next logical steps.
Yeah, and I mean, 2 things to point out on that. This is a conversion opportunity. We're turning really, for the most part, a little game on the website into a conversion opportunity for the dealership where a service appointment is more than likely to follow. And Dan mentioned Facebook just a second ago. I mean, how tired are you of seeing different companies, not even just automotive, but companies on Facebook, and all they are talking about is their product and trying to sell it and discounts. Hey, look at this car, look at this car. I mean, let's talk about something else. This is that something else, and it's going to drive traffic to your website, and it's going to drive conversions. So it's just unique strategies to be talking about on the website.
Right. And it's amazing what we've seen with the analytics on these games, that people, come from different sources of advertising to these pages, play the games, and increases time on site. And now we have that person to remarket to. So
Exactly.
really different stuff that you're seeing on our platform that nobody else has.
All right, we told you guys we were going to keep it short today. It was 25 very jam-packed minutes
Yes.
of a few of the features we've got on the website here. A lot of content-heavy information. As Dan's flipping over here, we've got a build a car app into the website.
Yep.
Again, I've beaten a dead horse here with how many times I've said it, but keeping people inside of the website. We're not forcing them to go to the Ford manufacturer website where, again, they're going to list all of your competitors right there. Keep them inside of your website, be the resource to them, and be the dealership that sells them the car at the end of it.
Right, absolutely. So again, if you're out there and you're trying to figure out, how to choose a website provider, it's easy to go with the regular big names, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got the dealer.coms of the world. I hate to name names, but you got these platforms that everybody has. But listen, when you go with a company that large, where is the innovation? Where is the people thinking about how to get conversions? Are they just selling you a shell? Basically, you had to make that shell into something that actually has content. Our websites come jam-packed with this content. We're not upcharging you for the content. You buy the website, and it comes with the website content.
One last thing to add there, just in case whatever manufacturer you are with has mandates that you aren't able to switch over to our Dealer Lead Driver platform, all the landing pages that you've seen, the gamification pages, all of those can be added to your existing website platform as well, whatever provider you have. If you're interested in getting these landing pages on your website, we can help.
Yep, absolutely. Again, so my name is Dan. This is Brian. If you want to give us a shout, our number is 866-207-9580, or you can call, or you can email us, dan@dealerleaddriver.com or brian@dealerleaddriver.com. Love to talk to you guys about a new website and how we can help you drive more conversions.
Thanks for joining us today, guys.
Yep.